All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel. Just reading headlines and making observations, doing what I do in real time for a few real people out here, just like you and just like me. All right, don't forget to maybe subscribe to the channel. I've been seeing some weird things going on where it looks like I'm frozen again in a different way. I just want to see if I could get any more subscribers. I might be stuck. All right. So the headline of this story is a little bizarre. Maybe not. So here it is, though. Alice in Chains scrap show or cancel show. I don't know why they say scrap. After drummer suffers non-life threatening medical emergency. Wonder why the drum tech didn't just step in. Because that's what they did for Aerosmith. That's what they do in a lot of situations where the drummer can't play. Typically, there's a drum tech who can probably play the show. But they didn't. All right? They just canceled the show. The drummer's name is Sean Kinney. And it says they canceled the show, which was scheduled at Mohegan Sun, a place I've actually been to, in Uncasville, beautiful Uncasville, Connecticut. Nobody knew what Uncasville was until they built the casino there. Just hours before the concert was set to begin, Alice, just says Alice, not Alice in Chains, but we went from Alice Cooper to Alice in Chains. It's great. They announced in an Instagram story that after our sound check this evening at Mohegan Sun, Sean experienced a non-life-threatening medical emergency. So was it says after the sound check, wasn't maybe during the sound check, or maybe as a result of playing the sound check. We don't know. They don't get into details. This is what allows people like me to speculate on a story, because here's the deal. If it's non-life threatening, why not just say what it is? Why do you have to say, well, he had an emergency, which sounds bad, right? But we have to put in the front of that non-life threatening medical emergency. Could be appendicitis. Could be a kidney stone. We don't know. But if you say those things, people are going to start to think, oh, these guys, like everybody else, are starting to get kind of old. And they even allude to that here. Kenny, who's 58, is Alice in Chains' original drummer and has played on all of their albums. What's the hint or the implication there? Well, he's pretty worn out, played on all their albums. Probably should retire. I don't know. I mean, 58, that's not that old. By the way, Alice in Chains are supposed to show up at the Black Sabbath reunion and farewell tour in July. And they're not as old as, the first generation of real classic rock bands. Of course, people know how I feel about grunge music. However, I will say this. Alice in Chains is a rock band. Okay? They're a rock band. They're not my favorite rock band. I'm not saying they're not talented. They're just not my cup of tea. I'm not really in love with their name either. I mean, where is Alice, and when are we going to get the chains off of Alice? That's what I want to know. Anyway, just the imagery, right? Alice in Chains. Okay. Bob surrounded by bricks. I don't know. Just really never thought of it that way until I was reading this story. I'm like, if your daughter, if her name was Alice, would you want her in chains? I don't think so. Just throwing it out there. So maybe it's not weird to say non-life-threatening medical emergency. Maybe it's just my warped view of what the media does. And maybe I overanalyze things, as people have said. Yeah, you overanalyze things, Dave. Who cares? The guy will be back. It's non-life threatening. Shut up. He's a great drummer, too. I'm sure he is a very good drummer. You have to be in a band called Alice in Chains, right? Um. Anyway, it was Aretha Franklin, right? Chain, 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 chain of fools. Different kind of chains. Anyway, I don't know, folks. Here's the deal. Sean, we hope you get well since it's non-life threatening. But the term medical emergency, I think, raises a few eyebrows, and thus, this is why I decided to comment on this little story. And also because we've seen a lot of strange medical emergencies and things that have been worded in strange ways really since 2020. And maybe even before that, but especially 2020 and moving forward. All right? It's just an observation. Does it mean I'm blaming anything on any substance that was being, promoted, urged, lemmings going over the cliff, that kind of thing? Yeah, whatever, right? It's your life. This is what you want to do. If you think this is safe and effective, then more power to you. For those of us who don't want chemicals surging through, that we've decided against that, right? Some of us, not all of us. Some of us did it and then said never again. Others are still doing it. They're still going to CVS like every few months. Are you up to date? Well, guess what? We can predict the future. We could tell you what the new one's going to be like, and we've designed something to, battle the new thing that's not even here yet. How you know how to do that just is a question that people really need to ask. So how do you know how something is going to mutate, and how do you know? That's crazy. Well, Dave, it's AI. It's computer generated. If you would just get up to date with your knowledge and shut up about all this stupid speculation that you do. You're right. I should just get up to date. I'm just going to go down to CVS this afternoon and get up to date. And then, maybe they'll download this bizarre programming into me where I'll start to just believe everything that the news media tells me to do, because obviously that's the way to go.